Joining me now is Amy France with National Sorghum Producers. Amy, we're here at Commodity Classic. It's a big event for growers, producers to gather together. Talk about your guys' involvement and the commitment you have to producers here at the convention.
Well, first of all, we're just really excited about Commodity Classic. And I said earlier, it's like a family reunion where we can all come together and meet priorities and talk about those, and we can align. I mean, yes, we can say a lot of different commodities when we get to the weeds of it. We have different priorities, but basically, overall, we're looking for benefits for agriculture, and that's what the message is that we're pushing forward to policymakers. And so this just helps us give a chance to align and show that we are pushing for the good of agriculture.
And moving on that a little bit more, moving forward with that subject, what are you guys pushing forward in this coming year and the years coming up for producers, and how are you guys, what are you providing them?
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of challenges ahead of us. But, I said farmers put their head down and they go to work, and that's what we're doing as well. So biofuels, ethanol is huge for sorghum. It's a third of our crop. We're talking about trade. We've been talking about trade a lot. And India is an opportunity for us, and we continue to talk to that and speak to the opportunities there, not only short term, but long term. Also, Farm Bill. We needed that 3 years ago, so we've got to have a farm bill. We're excited that Secretary Rollins said disaster or economic assistance would be rolled out soon. Disaster will be another monster, I'm sure, but we're at the table having those conversations saying, how are we going to figure this and how are we going to roll this out?
Yeah. Well, speaking of the Farm Bill, like you mentioned, we've been discussing it for the past 3 years. Secretary Rollins did mention while we were here at Commodity Classic, it is something she wants to get done this year. As a company, what are you guys looking forward to being done and being pushed through with the Farm Bill?
Well, we need an increase in reference price. We need stability. These ad hoc have been very good because our farmers are hurting in farm country. But the thing is we need that stability, long-term, 5-year bill in the Farm Bill. And so we're looking for increase in reference price, leave crop insurance alone. Let's talk about how we can grow and do things better. Agriculture does things better all the time, every day. We're asked to do that, and we're asked to do that on the Farm Bill. We're preaching it.
As changes are happening at USDA, as we know, what opportunities are you hoping that opens up for producers and growers that sorghum kind of really is just hopeful for or wants to push forward?
Sorghum often is the forgotten crop, but I will tell you we're the water sipping crop. So I personally live on top of the Ogallala Aquifer in Kansas, and so water is top of mind for us. So we can say less inputs needed, which is really important when we're having this economic crunch. Water sipping conservation, we're leaving the ground the way it is, and we're putting back into the ground when that's more important than ever. And then we're very versatile as far as we're great in the field and we're awesome on the plate. Checkoff has released some new studies, health studies, showing the benefits of sorghum. And so I just say, hey, let's have this conversation. Ethanol, food, sustainability, you name it, sorghum can do it.
You mentioned trade earlier. Just touch on that briefly, just kind of what you hope for as trade moves forward, and even adversely, what effects might have on sorghum growers, but more positively, what you would hope, as trade changes throughout these next few years, kind of what you guys are hopeful for.
We're hopeful that we continue to have conversations with the right people. There's no question. So just for information, 55% of our sorghum is exported, and 90% of that goes or went to China. So that is not anything we take lightly, and we are working day in, day out, having conversations behind closed doors. Oftentimes it looks like nothing's being done, but I promise to our producers, we are working diligently on that. So we're offering other opportunities international, but we're also focused on this domestically too. We're working our tails off, I can assure you, to protect the sorghum farmers in this uncertain time.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, Amy France, thank you so much for speaking to us at Commodity Classic, talking all things national sorghum producers, everything that you guys are hopeful and providing for sorghum producers and beyond.